Hello. So I hate small talk. I hate small talk more than anything in the world. I hate when people say, so what are you up to at the moment? Because that means that there's nothing left in the conversation, so you ask me to talk about me for a bit, which I hate doing. I know I'm a YouTuber, so you probably assume I'm a narcissist, which I don't blame you for. I actually don't really like talking about myself very much. But the answer to that question, what are you doing at the moment, is I'm doing a lot of writing a few scripts, figuring out what I want to do next, which is code for I'm unemployed. Let's face it, I'm trying to look at it in a positive light. I'm trying to make more stuff for YouTube. I'm trying to think what my next larger project is going to be. I'm hoping it's going to be a movie of some sort. But who knows? These things literally take years. But the thing I leave out, because I always go to work, I always go to what are you achieving at the moment? But what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to exercise more and take care of myself and go to the gym, and me and Kieran went to play squash today, which I've never done before, which I really enjoyed. And I used to go to the gym quite a lot last year before we got to do season 2 of Jack and Dean of All Trades. I know that if I got another big project now, the gym would, or exercise, taking care of myself in that way, eating properly, that would all leave. But that's because the balance of my life is tipping at the moment into, I've got more free time, so I want to do something with it. There's a reason why Peter Jackson made the Lord of the Rings trilogy, was quite fat, and then he lost all the weight, made the Hobbit films, and got fat again. I think that that's the sort of person I am. So I've been thinking quite a lot about that balance and how do people do it? How do some people have full-time jobs, kids, a whole life, and also maintain their health and take care of themselves? Like, sometimes I forget to brush my teeth. That's like a habit you should just be in, but because my brain feels like there's so much stuff in it, and I'm trying to do so much, I'm trying to just be a functioning person, that I just forget. And I've seen a thing on Tumblr, I'm sure you've probably seen this as well. It's of Chris Pratt when he was in Parks and Recreation, when he was a chubby guy, and then comparing that with what he looks like now that he's in Guardians of the Galaxy, and he's lost all the weight, and he's buffed up, and he's a beefy beefcake. And underneath it is usually written something like, "There's hope for us all," or "This gives me hope," just something like, some sort of bollocks like that. And I think that is bollocks. I think it's total bollocks, because I don't think there is hope for us all. That's not supposed to be inherently pessimistic or negative. I know it sounds like that initially, but let me explain. You know, when Chris Pratt was employed to do that part, his job, like, he was paid a wage, he was paid money to prepare for that role, and preparation for that role means start eating properly, work out every day, get fucking buff. That was his job. He didn't have to go and do other things and then try and fit it in. Now, I'm not saying that you personally watching this can't do what Chris Pratt did around the rest of your life. I'm just saying it's harder. Like, the idea, I'm not saying it's dangerous to look at that comparison and be like, there's hope for us all. I don't think it's dangerous. That word gets thrown around quite a lot. This is dangerous. This is dangerous behaviour. This is dangerous to think like this. I don't believe that. I just think that it's unlikely, or it's unfair to yourself to think that you could potentially do that when you're not getting paid, millions of dollars from Disney in order to do it. That's just my take on it. So right now, I'm trying my best to fill some of my free time by making the effort and getting up. Like, it's so hard to go to the gym when I'm sitting on the sofa and I'm comfy. I like it here. That sounds hard. I don't want to do that. I read a thing recently that said that motivation is complete bullshit. I'm not sure how much I agree with it completely, but it basically said that if you don't feel like it, that is just your brain telling you that it's going to be hard and you should avoid things that are difficult, and that we are trained and programmed naturally to only do things that are going to be easy or safe. And I know that the next time I get to do a big project, if I get to do another big project, the balance is going to tip back into not exercising and not eating right, and I don't want it to do that. So, has anyone got any tips? Because that balance is difficult to maintain. I don't know how people do it, and I'm sure I'm not alone in this. Let me know what you struggle to keep balanced in your life, not just work and exercise, but things like I said, I when pants need washing, I'm like, it's another thing I need to do. Well, I hope that wasn't too much of a rambly mess. We will see when I get to the edit. Not too bad. But I think you could have said balance more. Fuck you, balance. Before you go, I just want to let you know that I was in a podcast called Reasonable Beef with my friends Tim Kish and Dominic Ferrer. If you want to listen to that, it's a podcast about movies and pop culture and all that sort of stuff. So go into the description, listen to that. It's about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and there's another one coming out soon for Spider-Man 3, because it's a 10-year anniversary of that. So we all want to remind ourselves of the disappointment we went through in 2007. If you want to watch my last video, I'll leave it right there, and some Jack and Dean stuff right there. Right, okay. I did that, so that's just annoying.